Hello everyone and welcome to this very exciting day. Blizzard has announced a heroic tavern brawl. It's a new form of tavern brawl that's very different from what we've had so far. It's more like an arena constructed type of play. So you pay 1,000 gold to get into the heroic tavern brawl, and then from there on you try to win up to 12 games before you make 3 losses. And if you manage to get to 12 wins, there's a huge prize of 50 packs, 3 golden legendaries from all the sets, from all the standard sets, and then 1,000 and something gold and dust. But what's in it for the average player? Because obviously 12 wins is going to be very hard to get. Well, first let's look at the rewards they're planning. 0 wins, you still get 1 pack, but it's pretty horrible to pay 1,000 gold for 1 pack, obviously. And then packs keep going up, and then at some point you start getting dust and gold and etc. Up to the maximum of 50 packs, 1,100 dust, 1,100 gold. So that's an average, right? It's going to be around 1,100. Could be more, it could be less, but on the average it's about 1,100 and 3 golden legendaries. But what's in it for you, the player who only gets like, I don't know, 55, 56, 57% win rate? You know, that's the average player. Well, the average player has 50%, but I mean, all in all, you know, you can expect, if you're a decent player, you can expect to have a little more than that. And let's have a look now at what you can expect as a return on investment. So I calculated an average gold value according to your win rate that you can get from playing heroic tavern brawl. And on average, you get a 714 gold value. Now, how do I calculate this? Well, I base myself on a pack being worth 100 gold, and 1 dust is worth 1.02 gold, because on average, if you dust a whole pack, you get 98.25 dust. That's the average, you know, counting golden things, possibilities, and stuff. So that's why dust is worth 1.02. And then 1 gold is obviously worth 1 gold, and legendary is 1,600 multiplied by the value of dust, because a golden legendary is 1,600 dust, obviously. Now, you might value things a little bit differently, but you know, I think it's very pragmatic to base dust value on the value of a pack. That's my opinion. You might not agree with that, but with this rule and 50% win rate, you get an average of 714 gold. So if you just have 50% wins, you're not gonna want to go into heroic tavern brawl. But what about 55%? What does it look like if I have 55%? You know, decent players, decent players, not pro players, but decent players, they can get that. Well, your average gold value is actually very close to 1,000%. So I think Blizzard did a very good job in defining those rewards, you know. You already almost break even, but you have the fun of taking part into that thing. Now, it's an average, so there's still about a 10% chance that you get 0 wins with that win rate, but still, it's fun. What about, you know, if you're a good player, you get around the 60%. Well, there you have 1,400 in gold value on average, which is really nice. And by the way, if you look at here at the probabilities, you might think, hey, wait a minute, 12 wins is way more likely than 10 and 11 wins? How is that? So let me explain the math between this. I'm using a negative binomial distribution, if you want to look it up on the internet. Basically, I calculate the probability that I have 0 wins before my 3rd loss. Okay, so I do the same for this. I have the probability that I have 1 win before I get my 3rd loss, etc. up till 11. And then for the 12, I do 1 minus the sum of all other probabilities, because if you're not getting any of these results, then you're obviously getting 12 wins. And you can get 12 wins, 0 losses, 12 wins, 1 loss, 12 wins, 2 losses. That's why this number is actually bigger. And the higher the win rate goes, the bigger the chances. And let's look at, you know, a super pro player, because I mean, the tip-top players, they're probably going to achieve around 70%. And 70% means they actually have they have 16% chance to get 12 wins. So that's actually 1 out of 6 heroic tavern brawls. So pro players are definitely going to play this and have a lot of fun and show off, and we're going to see a lot of 12 wins. So I'm really excited to look at that, and you can see that in that case they get a 3,142.86 average. Let's go even further and go to the abusive 75% win rate, which is very, very unlikely, obviously. But you'd see that for just that 5% win rate, you get an increase in gold value of actually more than 1,000. So very, very good players might actually be delighted to play this, and we're definitely going to see some stuff. So what about you? You know, if you think you can achieve a 56% win rate, which is kind of, 55.5 is the break-even point, go ahead, man, play it. You're going to enjoy it, and if you play enough of them, you're going to break even on average. So just do it. I would do it any day, but it costs 1,000 gold to get into. So yeah, obviously, you have to have a pool of money to do it. But on average, you'll be fine. So don't hesitate. Do and play the Heroic Tavern Brawl. I think Blizzard did a huge job in balancing these rewards, and I can't wait to play it. So check it out, and see you next time.